Turning now to an in-depth follow-up on our Troubled Waters, the Salton Sea project series. Hopes of tapping into the lithium reserves on a global scale are stirring talk of more new green energy jobs here at home. But as News Channel 3's Jennifer Franco reports, there is still doubt about whether current plans will actually pan out or create more problems.
Patricia Leal Gutierrez has seen firsthand how the Salton Sea has deteriorated.
As the Salton Sea shrinks, it exposes dust, and that dust is particulate matter so fine that it comes into the lungs.
She lives in North Shore, on the north end of the lake, miles away from what's known as the Geothermal Resource Area in Imperial County. That's where a trial run is taking place to determine if commercial lithium can be extracted. The Salton Sea could produce a third of the world's lithium. So why would someone who lives over here and so far away from the plants care about what's happening over there?
It's not only going to impact residents in the southern end, it's really going to impact the entire region.
California already has nearly 500,000 green energy jobs, 2 times more than any other state. The governor and the White House see lithium as another job maker.
Lead the world in building a clean energy economy.
Before announcing it, Berkshire Hathaway Energy, which has nearly a dozen geothermal plants at the Salton Sea, told us it's constructing its first demonstration facility now, which will be online this spring. So how many jobs would be created?
That right now is yet to be determined in terms of a precise number.
Millions have been invested into the Salton Sea lithium projects, signaling it's full steam ahead. But some residents are not sold.
We haven't seen the facts, the research, the numbers telling us when we say minimal, this is what we mean. We don't even know what minimal is.
Others say they prioritize economic development and want plans to go even further.
Battery manufacturing, plant production, car production, long-term construction, long-term creation, start after high school, community college, go to the university, do research, engineering, have it all here.
Research is still underway, but when it comes to possible environmental harm, the lead state agency is taking this stance.
It's exciting because, as I mentioned, it is a very, very light footprint.
The CEC created the Lithium Valley Commission to analyze the potential benefits of lithium extraction in the region. It holds virtual monthly meetings to share information with the public, but sessions last for hours and usually take place in the middle of the day. Mariela Loera is part of an advocacy group working to bridge the communication gap between community and state agencies and representatives. She says it's not always possible, though.
So far, the response that we get is like, we don't know the answers. This hasn't been done in a commercial scale, so we don't have the answers.
There's not much publicly available data on the Lithium Valley projects, but there is some.
In that environmental impact report, it does say that for operation, that project is going to use about 90,000 gallons of water per hour. So that's really concerning, considering that IID is the one providing the water, and we know that IID gets water from the Colorado River, which we know it's in a drought.
The Leadership Council for Justice and Accountability says there's also concerns about earthquakes and air pollution as a result of extraction. And in a region already plagued by high unemployment, environmental and health crises, residents say there's no room for more error.
The long-term impacts can really be a negative one for the people living here.
In North Shore, Jennifer Franco, News Channel 3.
We're going in depth tonight looking at the specific criteria put in place by the California Energy Commission that must be met by companies looking to progress at the Salton Sea. They must present credible technology to be able to sustainably produce lithium. The industry must also ensure on-site operations must be environmentally sound. California is looking to ease supply chain issues starting in its own backyard.
We want to build out a system where we have royalties being collected from the production of lithium that go back into the community and support infrastructure, support job training, and the other investments in this region.
In October, the Lithium Valley Commission is set to deliver a report to the state legislature with data detailing findings of the trial run. For an in-depth look at what led to the current state of the Salton Sea and the efforts to restore the region in our 4-part Troubled Waters, the Salton Sea Project series, head to our website, kesq.com.